Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Firehawk the Master Shinobi, and we are starting a brand new series today that I'm really excited about. It's going to be an ongoing series for a while. Obviously, you can see that I have my Black Bulls gear on, and I have a picture of Asta over here. And so basically, the anime series that we're going to start today that we're going to do for ongoing is going to be anime characters and other animes. And I think that's kind of an exciting thing to think about. Taking an anime character and putting what other universes could they thrive in? What other universes could they be good in? And so that's kind of what we're going to do today. Is we're going to take 3 each time and just kind of say these are ones that are tailor made for this character. They could literally jump over there and do good. And I'll kind of show you why I came to that conclusion. And obviously today we're starting with Asta because there's a lot of animes that I think Asta could fit in, but I found 3 that I think are perfect for him that he could jump over to and be perfect in. Just perfect. And so that's kind of where we're starting today. And obviously the first one for him is Chainsaw Man. I think Asta could fit good in Chainsaw Man because of there's obviously a lot of reasons, but obviously I love Chainsaw Man. Power is my girl. I love Power. Just love her so much. I can't wait for the Chainsaw Man movie to come out. Really excited about that. But I think Asta could fit in Chainsaw Man. And obviously we got nice little cute art that someone did that I think is really awesome. It's kind of cool to see that. Deji with Asta and Libre. And so basically you have to realize, first of all, that Asta has a devil. So Chainsaw Man they're fighting devils. And so Asta himself has a devil. Libre is in him. It's technically, Libre is his heart. And so it's, obviously he has his devil form as well and things like that. So, he has this form, which obviously they can use to fight, devils and stuff like that and everything. But he has a devil. So, technically in all aspects, Asta himself is kind of part devil because that Libre resides in his heart. So, definitely has him being part of him. So obviously they have the connection too. Technically, they have a connection with his mom. Asta never got to know his mom. He didn't get the opportunity to really know his mom. But now he can get that connection of his mom through Libre, So it's pretty awesome. It's definitely pretty awesome that they can have that connection. They have the connection of his mom. That's why Asta has no powers, obviously, because his mom absorbed his powers when he was in the womb. And that's the only reason why Libre could be around her was because he has anti-magic. He has no real magic of himself. He has anti-magic, which makes him different. So they have that connection in themselves. So he has that connection. So that's one major reason why they could fit in Chainsaw Man. Obviously, there's devils in Chainsaw Man. There's the control devil. There's the gun devil. There's the fox devil. There's so many devils out there that are connected, and so he would fit in this realm, and would be able to battle devils very, very easily. And if he wanted to, I think he could hold his own. Like if you wanted to, some people, for comparison, they want to see how they would fight against other people in that universe. And so I think that he could hold his own, obviously, with Deji. Like I don't think that would be a problem. That he could hold his own with those guys. If he needed to, but I don't think he would fight against them. I think most likely he would fight with them, just because that's Asta. Asta's gonna fight with the side of good. So that's definitely something that he would do. But he's like I said, he's almost tailor made for this. And they have a sword user that he could fight as well. And I think Asta himself would definitely prevail in this battle. If they actually fought it out, I think Asta would be the one that would win. But if they had Asta on their side fighting devils, it would be pretty. He could definitely smoke them pretty easily, and I think that's easy to say. So I think he would fit because of the devil aspect. He fits really well in to Chainsaw Man. Like, he could fit into Chainsaw Man and do good, and he could hold his own. He's not, Asta is very strong, and he has a lot of definitely strong character traits to him. So he could definitely fit into Chainsaw Man. And like I said, he fits in because the devil aspect fits in very well. It's almost like tailor-made for him. The next one that he could fit in is Demon Slayer. And the reason why I picked Demon Slayers there's a couple different reasons. But I think Asta fits well in with Demon Slayer because of the swordsmanship. Most people don't think of Asta as an expert swordsman. In the beginning, he was very choppy, but as he became battle tested and he got that battle experience, he became a better swordsman. He is a lot better. He is an expert swordsman. He can, do really, really well in Demon Slayer, which demons are pretty much pretty much like devils. There's very similarities there. So he could fit in really well fighting against the demons for sure. He could definitely went floor with demons. And if you wanted to think about him fighting the Demon Slayers, he could definitely hold his own against any swordsman in Demon Slayer. Any Demon Slayer, like he could, Tanjiro, all of them, he could definitely hold his own against them. Yeah, I don't think the Harashas, I think he could hold his own against the Harashas as well. So don't underestimate Asta and his ability. So many people don't think him as a good swordsman. He is definitely a good swordsman. But I think that he'll fit good in here for sure. And I put this one in Libre as basically as Nezuko. I love Nezuko. Nezuko is my favorite. Again, she's my girl in Demon Slayer. Powers, my girl in Chainsaw Man. This Nezuko is my favorite. She's my girl. So I just had to put this one in here for fun. But then we think about this too with Asta. And what I think most people don't understand is, so all of Asta's swords are named Demon is the first part of the sword name. So that kind of is crazy. He has four swords that he has, and so he's gained four swords along the way. And obviously, the first sword here that we see is it is called the Demon. It's called the Demon Destroyer. No, not Destroyer. I'm sorry, Demon Slayer sword. So that's why it fits. Demon Slayer sword. So the very first sword he has is the Demon Slayer sword. Think about that. Very first sword he had was Demon Slayer sword. So he fits in Demon Slayer for the swordsmanship and demons. But this is his very first sword. It's called Demon Slayer. Very first sword that he has. Demon Slayer sword. Then he goes on and gets his second sword, which is the Demon Dweller sword. It lights up at times too. It's not always lit up like that, but this sword here, obviously he has both swords in his hand. He has both the Demon Slayer and the Demon Dweller sword in his hand in this picture. But this one, obviously, that's lit up is the Demon Dweller sword that he gained. He obviously fighting against, the elves. When he fought against them, he got actually two swords from them. He got the Demon Dweller sword, and then he goes on and gets the Demon Destroyer sword. So this one is called the Demon Destroyer sword, and obviously it's got a weird, like a crazy edge on it, and it has the clover leaf in it, which is kind of cool. So that's his third sword that he gets, is the Demon Destroyer sword. Like I said, they're all named Demon. So, and then obviously the last one he gets is a katana, and is called the Demon Slasher sword. So basically he has 4 swords, and all of them have demon in the name. And so obviously I feel like he fits perfectly in Demon Slayer because of the swordsmanship. He could fight, obviously he could battle against the greatest swordsman in Demon Slayer on the Demon Slayer core side, and then he would be able to hold his own against demons for sure, like high ranked demons. He could definitely hold his own against them because he's super strong. He has that super ability. No, I mean, he's one of the strongest, like physically strengthening himself as an anime characters. The guy is, I mean, he trains and works out. So he's very physically strong. He has very great physical strength. He's always training. So he has all these different abilities that he has. Now he has 4 swords, and he's an expert and efficient with all 4 of them. So obviously the katana would be more appropriate for fighting people in Demon Slayer, even though he does have a sword called Demon Slayer. So, but they use katanas, but he has all this great ability, which, like I said, it just makes sense, that he would fit in with the Demon Slayers and be able to fit and hold his own. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be able to hold his own if Asta was in this anime, he'd be a great warrior. I mean, he probably could outshine Tanjiro and all the Hirashas because he's trained very well and very, very strong. He has great abilities. So I really think that he could be top on that list. And then the next one, the next anime that he could be in, obviously, the last one I have is Jujutsu Kaisen. And the reason why Jujutsu Kaisen makes sense is because they're sorcerers. They use negative magic, which obviously Asta has anti-magic. So, but they're sorcerers. It's a magic world. He's a magic knight. So it makes sense. Basically, the magic knights are basically sorcerers. They use magic. And the only difference is they use negative magic to combat those negative emotions, those different emotions that they're fighting, and these different beasts. But he could definitely hold his own. And obviously, there's a lot of swordsmen in Jujutsu Kaisen as well. Jujutsu Kaisen has other people that use swords in Jujutsu Kaisen, so he could fit obviously and hold his own in there. Now, could he battle the likes of like the strongest characters like Gojo? I think he could probably hold his own if he was trying to fight some of these guys. But I think most likely he's going to be with them. Like I said, again, he's always going to. It's Asta. He's going to find himself on the side of right, more than he's going to find himself on the side of wrong. So I don't think he'd be against them. Maybe he'd be against them now in the newer arcs when they're kind of, sentencing Gojo to death and Igudori to death and all that stuff. Basically being like, oh, all these people are are supposed to be killed. But Jujutsu Kaisen also has great swordsmen as well. There are quite a bit of sword users in Jujutsu Kaisen. Again, I only picked 3 because I picked 3 strong ones, and obviously Yuta was also someone who was not very efficient in the beginning with the sword. If you watch Jujutsu Kaisen 0, if you haven't, you should watch it. If you're definitely a Jujutsu Kaisen fan, you need to watch the movie because it's very awesome. And obviously that's why I shared this picture, basically. But obviously he became a better swordsman. And some people think that he's the best swordsman in Jujutsu Kaisen, but that's up for debate. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's the best sword user. I do think he's a strong sword user. Definitely a strong, but I wouldn't rank him number one. Actually, I'd rank him probably number three. Currently number three. He is a strong sword user, and I think that Asta could definitely hold his own against him. But also Asta he can do two sword. He can double hand his swords, and which means that there's not many people that could really fight. Or when it comes to swordsmen, maybe the interesting one that would be a great person to fight Asta, I would love to see, is the three sword style of Zoro. Of course, Zoro will wipe the floor with Asta, but that'd still be interesting. Still be interesting to see that. And then there is Maki. Obviously, she becomes a stronger sword user. Obviously, in most of the anime, she uses the kind of staff with the, I don't know what the technical term is for it, with the kind of knife half sword end on it. But later on, she uses a sword, and she becomes a badass with I love Maki, but she becomes like, she wipes out a whole clan. If you haven't read the mangas, definitely go do it. It's if you're waiting to see the episodes come out, she's gonna get even, like, if you like Maki already, you're gonna love her. So I would rank her like number 2 in it, but I think even as strong as she is, Asta could definitely hold his own against her. The top sword fighter that I would say in Jujutsu Kaisen is obviously Tanjiro. Like, nobody is going to be able to. He has cursed weapons, and that would be an interesting fight to see if they actually did fight each other. But I think that Asta could hold his own against him as well. But it would be definitely a very, very interesting fight if they had to fight. But he would also fit in with these sword users, because these guys could really respect Asta, and so he could fit in killing cursed energy. He would fit in with Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't see him not fitting in with this. Obviously, like I said, I feel like he fits in every single one of those. Chainsaw Man, because there's devils. Obviously, that works out. There's devils in that aspect. So that's kind of how it fits. Demon Slayer, obviously, he fits because all his swords are named Demon, and the sword fighting. He is, people don't understand how great of a swordsman. He works hard to become an expert swordsman, and people downplay his swordsmanship. And so he is definitely a great swordsman and physically strong as well. He has, super endurance. Like, the guy can't give up, but that's kind of a hero trait anyways. And then Jujutsu Kaisen fits because there are great sword fighters as well, but there's also magic, negative magic. He uses anti-magic. It fits. So these are 3 animes that I think that he would prosper in, for sure. Asta could fit in all 3 of these animes, and honestly, I would love to see it. If you could really watch it, come on, tell me you wouldn't want to see Asta being in Chainsaw Man, or being in Demon Slayer, or being in Jujutsu Kaisen. If we could see that, which we'll obviously never see that, but if we could see that, we would love to see it. So these are 3 animes that I think that Asta could definitely fit in and prosper. And so join me next time. I don't know who I'll pick, but I'll definitely am going to really super enjoy this series, because it's endless. There's so many characters out there and so many possibilities of what universes they could fit in. And so definitely want to see that. And so join me next time. Definitely join me. I appreciate you being here today, and always join me. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it.